Hello class. So today I am going to explain how we do something called the high-low method to figure out cost. So we are still on chapter 6 and we are still talking about cost behaviors. So in the first presentation and your homework from the last class, you saw that you were given bits of information, again, always attempting to figure out this cost equation. Y equals the variable cost times the number of units made plus the fixed costs. But the reality is this. If we were consultants for say a small business, they won't know their variable and or fixed costs. They'll probably just simply know their total costs and how many units they made in a given month. So this high-low method will give us that information. So it is most helpful. So I'm going to show you how to do the calculation for two different problems. The first one will be S8. So for S8, and actually for both problems, you are given a number of months, and in S8 you're given the oil changes that this company has done, the Montrose Oil and Lube Company, and their operating expenses. And we're going to look for the high and the low month. Now, it is most important that when you are doing this, you pick out the high and the low month not based on dollars, but based on units. Not on dollars, on units. Now, in this particular problem, S8, it happens to be the same. So if you look, the high month is May with 3,600 oil changes, and the low month is February with 2,600 oil changes. So we set it up like this. Dollars on the top, in this case oil changes, or units on the bottom. So now we will start with our calculation. So we have 37,000 minus 31,900. That's $5,100. Divided by 1,000. And so, what do we have here? We have that $5.10. What does that represent? That represents the variable cost per unit. So now we're going to do algebra to figure out the fixed cost. So it's like a puzzle where we have certain bits of information. Okay, so I will plug in, we can either use the high numbers or the low numbers. I'll use the high numbers. So I'm going to point them out like this. And I'll actually erase the other ones, not to confuse. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so for this particular month, Y, total costs we know equal $37,000. So we have $37,000 here equals $5.10 times how many oil changes did they do? 3,600 plus F. We're solving for F, right? Okay, so $5.10 times 3,600 oil changes is $18,360. So if you remember from algebra, At least the way I was taught, when you change sides, you change signs, and you can do this any way you want. So $37,000 minus 18,360 are the fixed costs. So 37,000 minus 18,360. Our fixed costs are 18,640. So let me clean this up a bit and now say, what is the cost equation for this problem? Y equals 510 x plus 18,640. So there's our cost equation. This represents what's going on at the Montrose Oil and Lube Company. So the last part of this problem is, what will, the managers want to know, what will their costs be if they perform 3,400 oil changes? Well, now we can do that. We're solving for y. Y equals $5.10 times 3,400 oil changes plus the fixed cost of 18,640. So $5.10 times 3,400 oil changes is 17,340 plus 18,640. So their total cost will be $35,980. And that is the final answer for S8. All right. And again, the whole point of this is that we are trying to pull out of the data here what that cost equation is. So I will do this again for problem E30. Okay, so problem E30 does have a difference between the highest dollar amount and the highest number of units. Remember what I said, we're always using the highest units. So if we're looking at the months in problem E30, then the lowest month would be June, and the highest month would be May. So May, $28,000 minus the lowest month, June, 20,200, divided by the units. May, 3,900, 1,900. Okay, so we've got 28,000 minus 20,200 divided by 3,900 minus 1,900. So I'll skip you watching me with the calculator and tell you that this equals $3.90. And so, as I showed you in the last problem, that $3.90 is the cost X, cost per unit. So I'll show you this works with the lowest number of units. I'll do it this way, the lowest data point. Okay, so we're going to solve to figure out what the fixed costs are. We now know the variable cost. So we know in this problem that the total cost that month were $20,200. That represented 1,900 times 390 plus F. Okay, so 1,900 times $3.90, 7,410. So 20,200 minus 7,410, 12,790. And what's the 12,790? That's the fixed costs. Let me just double check my math since you know. It's when, oh good, all right, wonderful. Okay, so let's write this out as our equation. Y equals 390x plus 12,790. The fixed costs. So they want to know if they do 3,100, and I think this problem is talking about laboratory tests. Well, that's relevant. So in this, our pandemic semester. All right, so I will erase all of this. I'll leave the 3,100. Okay, so we're looking to solve for y. Y equals $3.90 times 3,100. Lab tests plus $12,790. They're fixed costs. So 3.9 times 3,100 equals 12,090 plus 12,790 plus 12,790. So their total costs would be $24,880. So just to recap, these two examples were the high-low method. Again, most companies don't know their variable cost per unit or their fixed cost per month. So using the data given and making sure that we pick the high and the low month for units, not dollars, will get us to our cost equation. And that's my presentation for the day. Stay well. I'll see you all soon.